Imagine your service-based business never misses another call again. What if you had an AI receptionist that worked for you 24/7, booked jobs automatically for you, answered every single question that the customers were asking you, and saved you tens of thousands of dollars in payroll costs because it's an AI? In this video, I'm going to be showing an example of how a plumbing business can save thousands of dollars and make thousands of dollars using an AI receptionist that can book 10, 20, maybe even 30 more calls per month. And a lot of businesses, they're losing money right now, especially service-based businesses, simply because they don't pick up the phone. So how many more jobs could you be booking in your business if you had someone to answer the phones and an AI that did it right 99% of the time? So in this video, I'm going to be going through an example of how much money a plumbing business could be losing simply because they don't pick up the phone. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of how it would look if you had someone answering the phone, not answering the phone, and how an AI can answer the phone and book appointments for you. And I'm going to do a live walkthrough on my phone, actually calling one that I've built to show you exactly how it works in real time and how the booking process goes along. Let's start off here. This is my horrible diagram that I drew myself. This is my Apple iPhone that I got here. I know I'm not too young to remember the original phone, but I just can't draw well. So let's get right into it. The three scenarios that we have is someone who answers the phone. Maybe you hire someone. Second option is nobody answers the phone. What happens then? And the third option, the best one, is what if an AI picks up the phone for you and can book jobs on the spot so that nobody ever gets a voicemail or doesn't get a call back. So first scenario being, what if you have nobody answering the phone? You get no answer. Let's say again, for a plumbing business, someone's calling, maybe it's an emergency, maybe it's not. People always need plumbing services. What if nobody answers the phone? What's going to happen? Let's say, just for the sake of this example, you charge $250. Maybe it's a good project, an emergency, $250 that you've just missed out on. And it's not like you just didn't make $250. No, the opportunity cost is you actually lose $250 simply because you didn't pick up the phone. And so how many appointments like that are you missing every single month? And over the course of a year, how much money does that translate to? Let's say you miss 20 calls in a month. Maybe someone's calling after hours, you're a one-person show, someone calls after hours or while you're actually busy on the job. And that's a big problem businesses face now. Service-based businesses, electrician, plumbing, HVAC, you guys are on the job. You can't answer the phone every single time unless you're hiring someone. So in this case, you don't pick up the phone. Now what? There could be a client that's lost forever. A lot of times for plumbing businesses, you look online, they have tons and tons of reviews. Typically, people are just going to pick the first one that they can get a hold of, that they can get help from. And there's a lot of trust there, of course, because if they do a good job once, why not go back to them? So maybe you lose that client forever. What if you get bad reviews for not picking up the phone? I've seen that for another company that I've worked with, a client that I had. Tons of bad reviews because they just didn't pick up the phone. And so maybe you lose an extra $5,000 a month. If there's 20 people, each at a $250 average job, we'll call it, that could be $5,000 that you're not making and actually losing out on. And that's 1 month. What if it was over the course of a year, maybe $60,000 in that range? And then we move to the second scenario. Maybe you are paying someone to answer the phones. Maybe it's during business hours. Maybe it is 24/7. Great. And so let's kind of look at that scenario here. So let's say someone does book. Great. $250 that you've just made. That's awesome. Not a problem at all. Maybe you book 10 extra appointments from that or 10 consistent appointments from that. You've made $2,500 a month by simply answering those 10 calls for people that need your service so desperately, like plumbing or maybe electrician, sorry. So you do that there, $2,500 extra recurring, potentially recurring per month. And so you have that over the course of maybe a month, a year, as things go on, as people continue to come back to you, or you're simply just picking up the phone more and more and getting more jobs on a consistent basis. Then we move to the third option, which I think is the absolute best one, the AI voice receptionist. What if you have an AI that's working 24/7, doesn't take sick days, barely costs anything to run, and book appointments for you, make you money while you're actually sleeping? So if we follow this example here, let's say the AI answers. Someone wants plumbing services. Hey, no, my pipes are broken. It's an emergency. You don't pick up the phone because maybe you're sleeping. Maybe you're with kids. Maybe you're working. It doesn't matter. The AI doesn't really care. It's going to pick up the phone for you. Answer it like a human. Could be in your tone with different tools that we have. Could be kind of like just an AI custom voice that it has. Pick up the phone, answer questions, diagnose the problem, qualify them, and then book them in for an appointment. Maybe it's an emergency, maybe you schedule something a few days from now. This is where the technology is and things that are possible for you and your service-based business, maybe a plumbing, for example. So maybe they answer the phone. Someone's like, yep, I need this. I need it now. Awesome. You've just made $250 simply by having this in place. You don't have to worry about anyone slipping through the cracks. And really, that's what AI is doing now. Nobody's getting through the cracks. There's customer contact right away. There's lead follow-up right away. It's incredible. And so maybe you book an extra 20 extra appointments per month. Maybe that's on the high end for your business, maybe medium, whatever. 20 extra appointments. That's an extra $5,000 that you made. And more importantly, not an extra 5,000 that you've lost, like we mentioned in the first example. This is $5,000 you made, could be 10, 20, 30, up to $60,000 per year, assuming these margins are right. Of course, they might be lower depending on where you live, depending on the services that you charge. So adjust the numbers accordingly. So I want to look at a few different numbers that we have right now. What are the fixed costs or even variable costs that you have of paying someone? Maybe you do have someone that you're paying to answer the phones, to do the booking, all this kind of stuff. How much are you paying them per year? 30, 40, maybe $50,000 per year? When you could have an AI receptionist instead, save tens of thousands of dollars every single year simply because you have an AI answering the phone now. More importantly, what's another cost that we have? That would be the opportunity cost. It's not just how much are you paying staff versus paying an AI. How much money are you losing? We looked at these examples here. You could be losing $5,000 a month depending on the kind of business structure you have. Or you could be making an extra $5,000 every single month, which is more than likely going to pay for your AI in full. So something that I've done here is I've gone into a CRM, a software platform called Go High Level. Very good software if you don't have it. To really control all the leads, you can build different AI agents in there. And so what I've done is I've built the voice receptionist in Go High Level. And so it's as simple as if you're looking to build this yourself versus whether you hire someone, it's as simple as, going into maybe Claude or ChatGPT and getting it to make a prompt for you. Say, hey, make a prompt for a voice receptionist in Go High Level that does XYZ booking, here's my information for the company, blah, blah, blah. Put a prompt into Go High Level. So I've created this entire prompt now that the AI understands about my business, my plumbing business, to answer questions, to know the kind of location that I'm in, to book services for me. I think it's something as simple as like, hey, I live in this area. If someone says they live here, do not book with them because I won't go drive all the way out there to take that kind of job. And so what I've done here, and I'll test it live really quick from my phone, but this is how new AIs are being made, AI agents to actually book things for your appointment. And if you have a CRM like Go High Level, it can book straight into your system through your calendar. It's super easy right now, and it saves so much time and makes so much money extra for your business. The final thing that's great, and there's a lot of different platforms that can do this, but especially on Go High Level, maybe you want to call transfer. Maybe the AI, gets asked a question and it doesn't know, and it says, you know what, I'm going to transfer you to a real person to get an answer. Maybe you want to trigger a workflow or send a text to them. If they say, hey, I don't want to book over the phone with you, I don't like AI, whatever, awesome, no worries, it's going to say, and it'll send them a link to actually book themselves or get the help that they need. Maybe they want to check out the website. Maybe it's going to update their contact field. Maybe they call again and again and finally they have a new phone number and they say, hey, update this contact so that when you send me a reminder, it can, send me the correct reminder on the right phone number. Maybe it can book an appointment for you. That is the biggest part of the AI and what it can do. Let it book the appointment for you. It can present a couple times based on checking your calendar and then book it in immediately right there. So I'm going to talk to one on my phone right now and walk you through the entire flow for a plumbing company to show how the booking flow works. If I was a customer calling, what would that look like? Let's see how it works.
Hey, this is Maya from Plumbing for You. How can I assist you today?
Hey, I'm curious. I need a little bit of help. Can I book an appointment with you guys?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to help you get that appointment booked. To start, can you tell me a bit about the plumbing issue you're experiencing?
Yeah, I just have some broken pipes at my home, so I need help with that.
Got it. Broken pipes can definitely be stressful. No, we'll get this sorted out for you. Can you tell me where you're located? Are you in Regina or a specific area within the city?
Yeah, I'm in the downtown Regina area. Do you guys serve that location?
Yes, we absolutely do. Downtown Regina is within our service area. Is this an emergency situation or would you prefer to schedule a standard appointment?
Yeah, I'm thinking an appointment's probably best. It's not incredibly urgent. Can we do maybe tomorrow afternoon?
Sure thing. We'll work on finding you a suitable time. May I have your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Isaiah Richter.
Isaiah, but what's the best phone number for you?
Actually, I'm curious, how much is this going to cost?
For most broken pipe repairs, the cost typically varies depending on the extent of the damage and the materials needed. It often falls within the range of $200 to $600. But once our technician assesses your specific situation, they'll provide a detailed quote before beginning any work. Now, could you please provide your phone number?
Yeah, and does 2 p.m. tomorrow work? That's really the best time for me.
Let's check on those times so we can provide options. Could you please give me your phone number so we can proceed?
Yeah. And so there we have it. It's going to answer right away. It's going to diagnose the problem. It's not just going to book me or say, yeah, book here, go to my website, whatever. No, it has structure to it. It's going to diagnose the problem. It's going to book an available time. It's going to collect their info so they can actually be booked for an appointment. You can send reminders, all this kind of stuff. And most importantly, you didn't have to do anything yourself. You didn't have to answer the phone. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Maybe you do want to transfer the call to a human if it's something complex. There's options for that to do that. And I think one of the best parts that comes with that as well is that, maybe you don't want to give a price up front, depending on the kind of industry you're in. You don't want to say, hey, it's $100. No, you might actually need to give a quote. You might need to go see. You might just have to do the job and then give something afterwards. This way, when I say, hey, give it a range, that's what I put in the prompt, then I can tell the customer, hey, it's probably going to be from this range to this range, depending on what you're looking for, so that people can't really price shop up front on the phone. And so this is really an incredible opportunity for any business in the home cleaning services, plumbing, HVAC, electrician, anything that's giving you a high volume of calls and that you have a high demand for. People want to book with you. They don't really care, but they might get the job with you as long as you're the first person to answer. That can be the determining factor and how you grow so much more in your business. I'll mention one final thing. I was speaking with a client recently with him and his assistant, and she said, we have a bit of an older client base. Do you think they're going to be mad that they're speaking with an AI? And he thought about it for a second and he said, you know what? I would rather them be upset that they're talking to an AI versus us not answering the phone at all and them getting upset with that, leaving bad reviews, and just not getting the help that they need. And so to kind of wrap this up, appreciate you watching. I hope you got value out of this video and it kind of expanded your thinking into what is possible with AI in my local business. If you're looking to get any kind of help with consulting, maybe you have a project that you're doing and you just can't quite figure it out, or you're like, hey Isaiah, can you actually build this for me? Can you build me a demo of what this would look like in my business? Feel free to check out my website here, richtersolutions.ca. I help local businesses in the Regina and Saskatchewan area for all kind of AI appointment bookings with AIs, chatbots, voice bots, all that kind of stuff. Book a free call with me and let's talk about how AI can help you make more money in your business. Thank you and God bless.